Hi guys, Kuro here. Someone shared this build with to me when I was streaming. One of my viewers shared this build. So I've been using this build for 1 week. 1 week plus. I spent all my farming on him to make him stronger so that when I clear my map, you have a speed run, and I'm close to level up to 98. Now mostly I farm in time mark 8. And for this build it's like it's really easy for us to farm time mark 7 with the damage over time and beat and affection, all that. For hero trial, it's like we don't really need to spend too much frame alley on hero memory and hero relic. For hero relic, we need to find 40% hero memory effect and 3 engram to boost the effect of our reload. We need 3 wiping family silver bullet so that our reload chance will be very fast. And we get mobile reload, dart shot into the deadland, evil Ouroboros, and desperate measure. So when you cast Path of Flame, it's a mobility skill, so we keep getting the dart shot and into the dead end buff. And with the reload, the regen of the reload is very fast, so we can spam it. And before you can start this build, you already need a few stuff before you start it. You need hero memory effect, 3 reload, and your main core skill is precise cast and channeling. The normal version reduce damage. The precise version, it reduces the main skill and increase our linked skill damage. So you really need this to increase your damage, because we only use Path of Flame to channel to cast the speed firebolt, and we are using Path of Flame for Ripping Agony to rip the target. So when you walk past them, the flame, when the enemy touches the flame, they will get ripped. Same with the Frost Shield. So with this few core item, then you can start playing it. And then for gear, at the beginning, you can see how fast you kill the enemy. If you kill the enemy slow, you can think of getting Eye of the Kraken. Maybe 50% is enough. It depends on whether you have a memory sacrifice blade. And 50%, the time when I use it is 50%, is still enough. I crop this myself and I get 100%. So if you buy it, it's like 20 over frame alley. And this is for clearing map. For Watcher and Traveler, I use this vision, Hicket vision. This is cheap, but see whether you are getting the erosive resistance. Just use a few corrupted helmet. When you have more frame alley, you can buy this 30%. And if you want, you can get this 2 curse with 30%. If not, just get the 30% additional damage, plus and minus. And that is for the helmet. For the chest, at the start you can buy this because this is cheap. like 4, 1 to 4 frame alley, you can find a nice state. Compared to this, because this is also cheap, just that the energy shield, the max energy shield is at 800%, 800. So that would be like not really that much. So at the back, when you have more frame alley, you can try to get this 1200 and above max energy shield. Then you can change the chest. I use this also until very long. I use this armor because it gives us damage, increase our aura effect, and shielded mana, minus 6% shielded mana. I buy this chest is only for 4 FE, so it's still cheap. And next is the chain behind the curtain amulet necklace. With this, it's also cheap, just that if with the erosive resistance max, I think it's around 3 to 4, maybe, not sure. We use the blur effect. We stack out blur effect to gain more damage. And then for glove is crossroad. You can get if the gear energy shield is cheap for 121 and above, you can buy it. The time I buy this non-corrupted version, I think it's only 5 to 8 frame alley. And those convert, we don't really need to care. Like the only state pain, we don't need these as corrupt. The only thing that we need corrupt from this crossroad is the alignment duration. And when you have more frame alley, you can buy this alignment duration. If not, you just use a 5 and below frame alley, buy and use it, those cheap one. And this Eternity Sea Fog, this is mostly for our mapping. Because of the blur effect, we have increased our movement speed. And for Traveler and Watcher, we switch the belt. I mostly use this one for boss fight. Barrier of Radiance. With this Barrier of Radiance, your energy shield don't really drop a lot. And try to get a blur effect. Or you can find something like Reflection and blur effect. And with the feet, this I craft it myself, get energy shield and then movement speed, so we run faster. For ring, I mostly use the resistance on the ring here. So it's still fine, just that you can even use your pet for some resistance. Because at the back, when you have the aura effect, you will boost up your element resistant aura. So we can get into 72%, depending on how much aura effect you have. So for this ring, I just use it, and then for at the back, I change it to this one, energy shield alignment damage. This is the ripping cooldown. I haven't get it yet. Like something like this. For this one, ripping cooldown. I haven't got the correct state. I get the SP increased experience. And then at first you can just get erosive resistance, but it's best that you get erosive resist, affection, and this alignment, element resistant and erosive resistant. Just that this you need to farm a lot of flame alley before you can get it. So At the start, you just get something like this: erosive resistance and 2 state of resistance on both your ring, and then maximum energy shield, alignment damage. Or you can go to trade house and find something that is cheaper. And for the ring, we use protection ring. And there's another ring that I'm using now, is this one, chaotic ending. Because now my element resistance is 72 or 73 is enough, so I can use this. Blur effect. This is hard to find in the trade house because we can't search same state effect twice. So you have to look through every single one of it. And with the 20% chance to gain agility blessing, this increases our move speed, attack speed, and cast speed. So it also for move speed, so that we run faster. And plus this blur effect increase your affection. Right. Because these haven't changed yet, like the affection per second. Yo, it's not working. Have to reset. For the blur effect, the more blur effect you have when you stack it up, you will increase your affection per second. We find something and then you increase when you stack up blur effect. Then this one. So for the whole item that we have, all is very cheap. The only thing expensive is maybe this chaotic ending and this ring that you craft yourself. The other one is this lone walker boots. This is expensive, and we need to find 7 aura effect. So this costs 300 to 400. For memory, 60 to 90 or 60 to 100 FE. Sometimes the price will drop. Sometimes increase very fast. So the only state that we really need is the add percentage of skill damage to base weak damage. I will suggest that you buy these 2 dagger first before you start to play this build. You can still play it, just that when you have these 2 dagger, sacrifice blade memory, that's where your damage will come in. You can even like bought 1 sacrifice memory that you can just buy 1 memory first, and then the second one just go trade house and find this added skill damage to base weak damage. It's best that you find a T1. T1 is 67. You have to look whether is it expensive or not. That time there's a lot of 10 FE and below. Recently all is gone. I think a lot of people is playing this build, maybe. Not sure. Like all is gone. 10 and below FE, now all is gone. That's why I suggest you buy 2 memory sacrifice weapon first before you play this build. Like, it's cheap, just buy it first, because the crafting weapon now is too expensive. No point by wasting 10 FE on it, or 15 or 20 flame alley on it, whereby it doesn't really increase much damage. So I bought these at 90 and one at 80. So these two together 150 over. And for skill, Path of Flame, Link with Guard, Effecting Cast to reduce the mana cost. We don't need it for damage. We need it to for ripping. So we need the Ripping Agony. Level 20 is fine. If you have extra flame alley, can get 21. And for Entitled Pain is our curse. And link these two skills, these to Terror of Menace, just let us activate straight away, and it's a small AoE. And for Blink, I like to use these Emergency Avoiders. It increases our evasion, 49% evasion per stack of buff. Up to player whether you want to use it or not. And for start, you can just link with cooldown reduction. All in, I just add it for fun. Same for Frost Seal. Frost Seal, you link it with Ripping Agony, so you can use your Frost Seal to knock on the boss so that slow it down and rip them. You can use cooldown reduction, because I have a extend duration at level 21, that's why I use this. And at the start, because we don't have the precise seal convention, so this is the way I link the skill. Wait until you have enough flame alley to buy this precise seal convention. We don't need level 21, we just need a level 20. I bought a level 1 at 180. Sometimes people sold level 20 for 180 flame alley. So see whether you're lucky or not. 180 to 200 flame alley. And we really need restraint. And then for Energy Fortress, you can use the normal version first, and then at the back you can change it to the precise one. I would suggest you buy this first, the precise projectile. This increases your damage a lot. So just bought a level 16 one. I think cost 1 flame alley. And then cast when channeling. We use Split Bolt, because Split Bolt have more projectile shootout. You have more projectile and you become small. Every projectile hit the target, it will stack the width and effection up. So when you knock them, you will rip them. And then Erosive Penetration, Wind Projectile, Improve Corrosion, Greater Multiple Projectile, and another Aura. Precise Erosives, you can use the normal, but I would suggest get I think this would be cheap level 16 one, because we need the Erosive Penetration. And then Element Resistant, you can use the level 20. You can use the level 20 Element Resistant, and then after that you can change it to Precise Element Resistant level 21. This will, when you add in the effection, the aura effect, and the selfishness, it will boost up your element resist to 72, I think, for me. Later I will show you. And then Deep Pain, we put it here. If not, we can put our Deep Pain here. Because when you have the precise seal convention, you can change the Deep Pain over here. And then Magic Sword 16 or 15, it works. this can use shiftness. Precise level 16 is enough. You don't need to go until 21. 16 or 20, depend on how much shielded mana you have. And then get the stand as 1. So all this is work as a buff to yourself. So we change this over to the other side when we have precise seal convention. And deep pain can be used on this side. It's like just nice. And here we can use the shellfishness. It boosts up all the, like this increase our aura effect. This increase our aura effect. And our element resistance can go up to 78. So here have an element resist. So without that it's like 53. With this it's like just nice 78. So you can boost. So for the Barrier of Radiance Infinite Belt, you don't really need the element resist here. Erosive resistance depend whether you have max erosive resistance on the amulet and the helmet. That's why helmet here I get a 40% erosive resistance, so that my erosive resistance is close to 75. Here I just need to adjust. I can get 21, so it's close to 75. I haven't changed this experience earn. I need to override this to ripping cooldown. And for resistance, I will say that like when you are using your own ring, try to get your fire resist to max. And then when you use the Barrier of Radiance, when you are fighting God of Might, your energy shield will always recharge because you get damage. And then your fire resistance always have to be max if you are doing God of Might. And just remember, when you are doing Traveler, Watcher, remember to change your belt from the Sea Fox to Infinite Belt. Sometimes I also forgot and then I die, that will be like wasted mana. And then for talent, all we are using is God of Darkness. We go for Goddess of Darkness and then Psychic and then Soul Banner. Core talent, Plague, Sub Impact. Like everything is increase our blur, so that when you stack blur effect, you will increase your damage. And this you can copy. Mostly it's energy shield. And if your weak chance is not more than 50%, or at least 50%, you have to add in some talent to it. That's why I suggest get 2 memory sacrifice blade, so that we don't need to add in this weak chance. Energy shield. And when we grant blur, we get 5 stack of weak affected. That's why everything is stacked with blur for our damage. Psychic core talent, daze, more with less. This is also same, damage over time, energy shield, attack and cast speed. Shielded mana. Ripping cooldown. And when we lost a lot of life, like we have a lot of life suited, we'll have more blur effect. I have 4 more points I haven't added in yet. I haven't go test around. And for the Soul Banner, core talents, stealth step, blood sacrifice, so that we can use more aura. We need to have more than 7 aura. Oops. We need to have more than 7 aura. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 aura. You will get the buff from the boots, from the shoe, the feet. Increase the effect. And for the talent, erosive damage, energy shield, same, shielded mana. This increase our projectile speed. Energy shield. So I got 4 more points. I will use the recovery, cooldown recovery. Not sure, I just like to use cooldown recovery. You can go take more damage. So like this, but again, you have to reload when you change the setting of your skilling. When we are doing boss fight, try to ram yourself when you activate the fossil, and your curse only have a certain area, like you can test it out yourself. It's like this between, it's still fine, the AoE of the curse AoE. So for me, I always like just run around and stack on the target. As you see, the damage from the health bar of the trainee dummy, I use that to calculate how much damage I have. Now it's like so close. It's around here and here, the damage. So when you're fighting boss, you just need to use fossils and then go ram them, so that you can keep using the rip agony on them, and the path of frame ripping agony on it, so their damage will keep dropping. When it stack to until certain time, their HP will drop. How much damage I have, I'm not sure. I only use the training dummy HP to see how far I do. So I suggest you get 2 memory first before you play this build. For the shoe, can be the last one to be bought. It only help you, like, you get enough resistance. So just buy memory first. All the rest is like so cheap. Oh, here have element resist. Oh, here have effect, aura effect. That's why I was at max. And for mech run, I just change it. Like with the effect and the agility blessing, you run so fast. And for mech run, currently I'm running time up 8. even on Time Heart 7, when you bought those cheap gear first, you still kill them much faster. It depends on whether you get memory sacrifice blade. When you have it, you'll find that you kill them, it's like so fast, and you can change. You don't need to use Eye of the Kraken. You need to use Eye of the Kraken is when you find that you kill the enemy like this enemy very slow, then you can use it. Then you start to use the Eye of the Kraken. If not, you can just use the Vision, the Curse Helmet. Because this is a weak build, so when they die, they explode. And this from the memory dagger. Weak target, defeat, explode. So right now, I clear Time Heart 8 too fast. So I can level up my... I'm trying to level my Little Flash to 100. When I use Erika, it's like I don't really like to use Spell Strike to move. It's like it make me headache. I mostly use Erika Lightning Dex build for Proof of Brave and boss fight, like Time Master and the Pirate. And I will share the other boss fight when I level up to 98. I don't want to die, man. If I die, it's like so wasted. It's like 2 days of farming. 2 days of farming experience. The only thing with this build is you run too fast and our pack pick up very slow. I'm not sure why. This season 2, our pack pick up much slower than season 1. So I always have to backtrack to pick up item. It's a bit annoying. It's like if you run too fast, it's also not a good thing. I don't think I miss anything. If I miss anything, just comment down below. I will try to reply. Let's see what I get. Oh, okay, nice. And for this build, before I get the Rune Walker boots, I use my own crafting boots. I can clear the Path of Brave for level 45. I have these 30% additional damage. Then when you run your boss fight, use Barrier of Radiance. For boss fight, you always have to change your belt and also your helmet to get to Curse Helmet and the Barrier of Radiance Infinite Belt. That's the only thing you need to change. And for if you want, you can craft 2 of these ring, element damage, and then erosive resistance. For this one is depend whether you have extra frame value to craft it. I will make all the useful state at the Google Sheet there. So go there to find out. Yeah, I will make another video of clearing the Proof of Brave 41 to 45 and Time Master, all that, when I level up. And if you find this guide is helpful, give me some like and subscribe the channel. Thank you guys for watching. See ya. Bye bye.